Yes, I am Hades. Obviously, you are in the throne room. Hades' throne room. The name is outside the entryway. There's a three-headed dog right there. My symbol of, hey, whoever you meet after you see this three-headed dog is Hades. My question for you is, how exactly did you get through? Some sort of like Oedipus complex? Some sort of like, I don't know. Do you need to bring back an ex, or rather, a dead wife? No? Then how did you even get to this point? Alright. What did Persephone say? Yeah, you're the third person this week she sends to me. She's like, hey Hades, hey Hades, I don't wanna go back to like Earth. I just wanna stay with you forever. And I just kinda go, yeah, no joke. Like, it's kinda obvious, but alright. Hold up, let me just cast some torches upon this jolly old scene. Isn't that better? You can totally tell that it's a lot better. Nonetheless, welcome. My name's Hades, ruler of the underworld, the guy who got the short stick. How may I help you today? Alright, so Persephone said to end your suffering. I'm not really in the ending of suffering mood, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to end my own suffering, not gonna lie. In fact, I'm not really like a talker type. I just vibe, you know, like you talking is kind of weird to me, like you're using words as if I can't just read your mind. I'm a god. Your prayers go to me. I don't need them to sustain myself because I'm set up pretty well. Anyways, so you want me to end your suffering? Alright, I'll end your suffering. She made you drop yourself into the COVID pit? She's insane. Absolutely insane. She seems really happy and nice and bubbly and flowery, but she's insane. Like, she'll kill you. Even I'm scared of her. She enjoys torturing people that she feels needs to be tortured. Like, if she thinks you're a mean person, or if you've done something wrong, or if you've, like, took a step out of place from empathy, like, if you don't act from empathy, she'll kill you. Brutally. Like, she'll torture you and make your death long, and she'll justify it with one less mean person in the world. I myself don't care. I torture indiscriminately. I just, if you exist, I might torture you. I don't know. It's just what it is. Life is unfair, but life is chaos, and life is chaotic, but like, in that chaos is justice. In her case, she is the administrator of justice. So, there's a philosophical question to be had there, nonetheless, to unsit your suffering. There's a hack to the mortal's brain in which it was created to end suffering. There's one temple here and one temple there. Please don't press on it unless you literally want to end your existence. If you press on it too hard, you will end your existence. Do not try this. Don't do it. No. There's a way to end your suffering. You take your two fingers and you just press on in there inside your temple until you just pop, and then you end your suffering completely. I can do it for you if you'd like. Sure. Bring that head on over. I'm just gonna pop your temple, alright? And we're gonna count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're backing out? That's fine. Like, this is about you and you ending your suffering. I know Persephone wants me to end you, but you're the third person I've ended this week because of her, and I'm like, Persephone, I got a job. I'm literally the ruler of the underworld. The people you send over aren't the only people who are gonna die this week. A lot of people are gonna die. Globally. And I gotta process them. I gotta sort them out into categories according to whatever life they lived. I gotta make sure that however they die, they also get categorized in that as well. Like, it's a whole thing. And then she's like, hey, kill this one for me as a favor. I'm like, my brain is in a process right now. You can't just expect me to kill someone randomly. I just got a death fly in the back of my throat, and I want to cough. Cause she made you go into the COVID pit. Cough. Get it. That's not a funny joke. I'm trying to like process on how to like. Done. So you don't want to die. Is that what I'm hearing? You don't want to die. You don't want to die. Well, I could return you back to Earth. You know, your stench of death might hide you from both Demeter and Persephone. Oh. No, yeah, totally. I got a plan for that. Yeah. I have a plan as to how to keep her in the underworld. Of course I do. Like, that's the whole point of the wedding. Like, when we get married, the pomegranate cake, the pomegranate juice, the pomegranate appetizers and entrees, yeah, that's all. That's pretty much just gonna keep her here. Like, if she eats just one bite or drinks one sip of any of that, the seeds of the pomegranate will keep her here. Yeah. And depending on how many seeds she eats or drinks is dependent on how many months she'll have to stay here. Well, if you eat a pomegranate seed, that's 1 month in the underworld. 2 pomegranate seeds, and that's 2 months in the underworld. 3 pomegranate seeds, and that's 3 months in the underworld. 4 pomegranate seeds, 4 months in the underworld. 5 pomegranate seeds, 5 months in the underworld. You're doing the math? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, she's gonna stay here depending on that. I hope she doesn't take too much, just because I know Demeter's gonna lose her mind if she doesn't get Persephone, and if she ends up wrecking the world and killing everyone off and creating a winter where agriculture dies and no one's allowed to, you know, eat, and people start dying off. Not only will that cause me more work, but yeah, my brothers and sisters will also die off because they don't receive the prayers of the mortals. So Zeus will have to be in this really tough limbo of, oh, Persephone took too many seeds. That means that she's going to be there permanently in the underworld forever. But also, everyone's going to die. So this is the end of the Olympic gods. That really would be the end of the Olympic gods now, wouldn't it? And I would be ruler of Olympus and the underworld and the oceans. The underworld, the oceans, and the heavens. That's a good deal. That's actually a really good deal. And if Demeter dies off, my mother-in-law, I don't have a mother-in-law anymore, which is that'd be a tragedy. And I'd be able to run the earth too, with Demeter gone. If Hestia's gone, I get to rule the fire. If Hera's gone, I get to rule over women. If Aphrodite's gone, I get to rule over love. I feel like I should have been ruler of love. You might not be able to tell from my outwards appearance or my reputation, but I am a hopeless romantic. If Hephaestus dies, I get to be the god of iron or blacksmithing, whatever good that does me. If Ares dies, I get to be god of the war. If, I'm liking this more and more, if Apollo dies, I get to be the god of sun. If Artemis dies, I get to be the god of the moon. If Helios dies, I get, well, Helios is the sun, so he can't really die. He doesn't rely on the prayers or anything like that. Same thing with Selene. If Hermes dies, I get to be my own, but I would be my own messenger anyways. Like, why would I need to send messages to anything? Like, everyone's dead. Like, perhaps if I had to send a message to, like, Helios or, like, Selene or something. But wow, yeah. If everyone dies, I'm literally the one and only. Wow. I like this more and more. And it's all if Persephone eats all the seeds, then there's nothing Zeus can do. Who drew the short end of the stick now? Interesting. I have a task for you. I'll cure you of your disease. I'll make sure you don't die. Being god of the underworld, I can ensure that. And on the day that you do die, from natural age or accident or X, Y, and Z, I guarantee that you will have the best place in the underworld for you. You will have a very coveted place. I know that someone like you really covets power. Am I mistaken? And I'm sure that Demeter didn't appreciate you coveting power. Right. So I myself have no judgment as to you wanting power. So if you would guarantee that Demeter can't return and that Persephone eats all the pomegranate seeds, then you'll be granted a place in the underworld, a place of leadership and power. Leadership requires servitude? Who said that? Well, Demeter's the goddess of earth, so, like, of course she's gonna be a hippie like that. Anyways, how are we gonna guarantee this? We gotta guarantee it somehow. I have to have my Persephone, of course, but I also want the world on a plate. I already know. I want you to return back to Earth, still carrying this plague of yours. And I want you to infect every single person you meet. So that way Zeus will be distracted. And while Zeus is distracted, Demeter can't get her time with Zeus because there's already an imperative to be in contact with the mortals. And then if Demeter's with the mortals, or if Demeter has no one to go to, then her arms are tied and she'll have to wage her own plague on the mortals. A natural plague. I love this idea more and more. And if there's a natural plague befalling the mortals along with a disease plague, the mortals will all be wiped off. Granted, that'll mean more work for me. but they'll all come here, and I'll have all their power. All their screaming will fuel my needs. And then their prayers won't be able to be heard by the gods. Demeter, Zeus, Apollo, Hera, Hestia, Hephaestus, Ares, and the rest. I lost count. I hope that some of the gods will remain though. Hecate, I really like. Eris, she's really cool. Nyx is pretty cool. Yeah, I hope they remain. Nyx has to remain, she's just the embodiment of night. Hecate, I don't know about Hecate. She relies upon the witches as a way of replenishing her energy. And Eris is a goddess of chaos. So she should be fed as well as I during this whole mania. Yeah. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the mortal realm and infect everyone. Cause a distraction for me, so that way Zeus will be distracted. Do we have an agreement? And in exchange, as I already said, you will be cured of this plague. You will be the only person on earth, along with whoever of your choosing. And you will be given a position of power in the underworld. How does that sound? Perfect. In that case, shake on it. It's gonna be a pleasure doing business with you. What's your name? Alright. It's not the coolest name, but that name will be the most legendary name to have ever befallen humanity. It will be the curse and the downfall of humanity. You will bring about the calamity of humanity. Ensure my wedding. Persephone will be mine to rule by my side, and her mania and her psychoticism will be forever mine. And it'll rain upon the mortal world in such bountiful amounts. And Demeter will die off along with my brothers and the rest of them. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, let's undo some of these spells of yours. I understand that Persephone and Demeter placed some spells on you. Some like zombie-like spells. Alright, I'm just gonna undo their spells. And you'll be free will, free to do whatever. And I hope that out of that free will, you'll do as I say, right? Right? Yeah, let this be the end of the story. This is going to be the end of the story, right? Right. I can tell from your thoughts that you're in agreement. So, let's remove these spells. I'm just gonna pluck away. Pluck their energies away from you. And then after I'm done, pluck. You'll be a free person. To go back to earth, and do as I've commanded, and finish this story, wiping